there's a whole story being made about these missing pages, but I don't think it's that much of a big deal. What I'm more worried about is the fact that the pages weren't certified. So I'll get into the deal behind the missing page. I thought it was pages at first. It was come across to made it sound as though pages were missing, but it sounds as though only perhaps one page is missing, if it's even missing at all. And based on this is that there's a whole lot of entries, right? So this is a book, and I imagine it has like numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 down the page. Now, according to the defense, the original book, right, the entries go to 388, right, on that morning of the 13th of May. And the last entry recorded is at 0200. And then we have 11 missing entries. I don't know if that equals a page. I don't know if the book was set up like that. We don't know by now because we don't have access to the whole book, and none of this is even certified yet because the person who certified it, the police person, didn't certify it. So now they have to go back, find the original book and recertify, which is a bit of shoddy police work. And then at 4:01, when the entries continue, right, it's at 04:02. So the entries of where Tiffany was during that time are still present. And this is, I think, why so much effort was gone in to discredit the guards, which I'll get to now, is because of what the guards wrote in the entries. So the night shift guard wrote, Security 2 wrote, at 4 a.m., mother came to change clothes and go back to police station, he writes, right? And then he writes at 5 a.m., go out of the complex, we don't know who, child is still missing, mother go outside but realize she did not change any clothes. So that's what's written in the logbook. But remember, these pages are not certified, so the police are going to have to go back, find the guard book, I hope that it's still around, and do the certification process again for it to be allowed as an exhibit. I believe that's a legal process. If I'm wrong, correct me below. I know there are legal eagles watching me. So yeah, just correct me when I'm wrong. We're all learning here. It's a group project. This is a group project. Now, that's why I believe Mr. Naidu did a lot to discredit the guards. So we know that the one guard was working there for a week only, and the other guard was working there for a long time. Now, residents of Fleurhof, tell us, were the guards staying there or not? Because according to the investigating officer, Mr. Diku, they were not staying there. And the one guard even provided an address that was 1 kilometer away. But according to the defense, they were staying there. So let us know in the comments because we want to know, right? And Mr. Naidu also informed us that the guards are foreign nationals, that they are Congolese, and their verification of their status in the country has not yet been confirmed. Let's not say they are here illegally because this has not been confirmed yet. So right now they are Schrodinger's guards at the moment. So that is still going to be confirmed according to the investigating officer. And then Mr. Naidu introduced an act that said that regulates security companies, that said apparently all South African private security guards have to be South Africans. So I don't know if they were employed by a private security company. I don't know if they were employed by the people or the estate. I don't know. That's still all up for debate. But I didn't really get anything damning from that line of cross-examination. And Mr. Diku held up well. Like I said, he held up well the whole day. And then there was a brief mention of some cell phone data from Tiffany's phone saying that her phone had jumped towers from Florida to Fleurhof in the early morning hours. And then remember we were talking last night about whether Tiffany, why didn't she say in her affidavit that she went back? Well, Mr. Naidu cleared that up for us today in court. He said that they strategically left it out because when Tiffany was arrested, apparently one of the police officers told Tiffany, right, that Jayden had died at around 4 o'clock in the morning, 4 to 5 o'clock in the morning, that they had a time of death. And we know that we don't have a time of death. I mean, what I heard today was that the pathologist simply didn't do a time of death at all. I mean, how many ways has this child been failed? The pathologist didn't determine a time of death, apparently, because Jayden was in the hospital, and pathologists only do that when they go to the scene of the crime. I don't know, it sounded like a bunch of excuses to me, honestly. Like, because if we had a time of death, we would have a better knowledge in the time frame. And time of death is something that is very widely studied, and it can be quite accurately determined based on things like body temperature and other things. So yeah, I just think that's another crack in the system that is currently being exposed in this case. And we heard some more about Tiffany's movements. We heard that Tiffany confirms that she went back with her mom and that they were awake the whole night. And then it also says that she took a bolt at 5:12 in the morning to go back to refresh herself. And the bolt basically took 10 minutes. So she arrived back in the complex at 5:22. And then she left again at 5:47 for her mother's place. And we know Jayden would be found at 6 o'clock. And there were some documents that were handed over in court where was apparently a bolt receipt or something, which probably confirms this. I don't know. So it's basically, at this point, I don't know how that can help her, to be honest, because for me that's maybe even a little bit more damning, personally, that we now know for a fact. Like, it's always been speculated that she went back, and when she left it out of her affidavit, we were like, okay, you know, maybe they're going to disprove it through the guards or whatever. But we now know for a fact, in Tiffany's own words, that she went back at 5:22, right? And she left at 5:47. Why didn't she just stay over at her own house? Why? Why did she not stay over in the flat? I think that is one of the main questions. And yeah, we ended the day with Jayden's school book being bought out. And let me tell you, I watched the investigating officer open it without gloves. I don't know if this is procedure, comment below, but I kind of got a bit freaked out seeing the investigating officer open it, go through Jayden's school books, finding the day's work, finding stuff with his name on. And people were saying that they saw blood and stuff on the school books. I didn't. I went and I watched the video a few times. I didn't see any blood or anything on any school books. But it's just basically the date was confirmed that that bag did indeed go with Jayden to school that day. And even his teacher confirmed that he had that little black bag, that black backpack. And the date was confirmed that he did the day's work for the 13th. So that black bag that was found in Tiffany's house was the one that Jayden went to school with. Now, I'm going to be recapping. We return on Friday. If you like what I do, give me a like and a follow. And all your constructive criticism, your legal criticism, everything below. Because like I said, this is a group project. We are all learning. We are all following. And yeah, I like to hear your insights.